Let's start with breaking news now. There are reports of a mass shooting during celebrations for the Lunar New Year in California. It's not clear how many people were involved, but we do know the shooting took place after 10 p.m. local time around the location of a Chinese New Year celebration held in Monterey Park. Tens of thousands of people had attended the festival earlier in the day. Now, Monterey Park has a population of around 60,000 people and is home to a large Asian community. Well, for the very latest, we have in our studio now our reporter David Waddell. And David, what more do we know?
It's very limited. The facts that we have at the moment happened, as you said, at 10 o'clock local time. It's about 4 hours on from that, so it's 2 o'clock in the morning in LA right now, so we're not getting much more information out there. We do know that there were some shots fired, that there were some casualties. According to the Los Angeles Times, quoting police sources, they say there have been some fatalities. We don't know how many, but that's as much as we got at the moment. The people who were there were celebrating the incoming Chinese Lunar New Year, the Year of the Rabbit. And
we're seeing some live shots here, David, actually, of what the scene right now. And as you can see there, a lot of first responders at the scene. It's about 2 in the morning, I think, in Monterey Park in California. David, you just explained to us that obviously these are Lunar New Year celebrations. But for those not familiar with Los Angeles or this part of the world, tell me a bit more about Monterey Park.
So Monterey Park is a city just east of Los Angeles City, but in the county of Los Angeles. And it's one of the most prominently Chinese heritage cities in the United States of America. Population is about 60,000. A lot of the people there are Chinese born or Chinese second generation. It's been referred to since the 1980s as Little Taipei or the Chinese Beverly Hills, and it's the first US city in 1983. It was when Lily Lee Chen became the first Chinese American woman to be elected mayor of a US city.
So it's got a big Asian community. So just remind us, we're still unclear, isn't it, David, as to what casualties there have been, because there hasn't been a lot of information, has there, coming out of there?
Well, it sounds like there may have been some fatalities. We just haven't been able to confirm that, but that's police sources talking to the Los Angeles Times. Mass shootings have been a growing problem in the United States, as we all know, for some time. It's in last year, according to the definition by the National Institute of Justice and the Violence Project definition, a mass shooting is defined as 4 or more killed with firearms in public, not connected to underlying criminal activity or commonplace circumstance. There were 167 mass shootings of that kind in 2022. And of course, it's an ongoing political challenge in America's polarized politics to try and resolve this, with some calling for bans or greater restrictions on firearms and others maintaining the Second Amendment right to bear firearms cannot be tampered with.
OK, well, David, I'm sure we'll get you back on set when we know a bit more information. As we say, a developing story happening there. David Waddell, thank you very much.